Hey, Christian Metal Group, we're here with Ignescent. How are y'all doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Well, let's start with a little bit tell us about the history of the band.
Yeah, well, we're from Chicago, Illinois. I started the band. I just, something I've always wanted to do, and just, spreading a positive message and sharing God's love with people. And so that's why I started it, and met Max here, and we just recently went to Mexico and played at Greenville Fest.
Nice.
So that was really cool. We played in Los Angeles like a month ago.
Okay.
And so now we're just on tour here in South Carolina, and then we're headed to Nashville, Ohio, and Michigan.
So where did y'all meet?
Well, I guess I saw on Facebook a post of like, we need a guitarist for tours.
Yeah.
So I hit up Jen and we went from there.
So it wasn't like a cool we met at Pantera show or anything?
No, I should make up a crazy story.
Yeah.
Think about that for next time.
That's awesome, man. Well, so Jennifer, what instruments do you play? Any instruments? That's the first question.
Well, I sing and songwrite, vocally, and then write melodies and all that. When I was in high school, I took piano lessons, but I really don't play it that well, so mainly just singing.
Awesome. Max, what do you play?
I play guitar, a little bit of bass, and then karaoke vocals.
All at the same time?
Oh no, I wish that was something.
So what do you do? What do you do in the band?
In the band, guitar.
Yes, guitar. Okay. Have you been in other bands prior to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, okay. So here's the question. I'm sure this is not the first time you've gotten this. What's it like being a female in this metal industry?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's been a lot of fun, but it can be tough too. Honestly,
Sure.
There's been a lot of shows where I've been the only female. There's like 4 bands.
Wow.
All guys, and then it's just me, which is, it's kind of cool in a way. But sometimes I do feel like I have to prove myself more and work harder.
Sure.
It's that sort of thing, so that can be tough. But I'm also up for the challenge, and I love it. So.
Have you ever gotten only bands allowed in the green room? What are you doing here? Have you ever gotten something
No,
like
I have not gotten that, thankfully.
I've heard some interviews where people have said stuff like that.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, I haven't had that. So,
Awesome. So y'all do a very good job of promoting and all. So how does that work? Does one person handle it, or do y'all handle different things?
Yeah, I guess I would say we share it.
I think we share like Jen will do a lot of promoting on like certain posts and stuff.
Okay.
And for me, I'll also do like some back end stuff where on stories on Instagram, like I'll connect with the fans. Like even on this tour, like I wrote travel day, ask us anything, and some people asked us questions, like funny questions too. Like one person said, how much does a 150-year-old tortoise weigh? And so we answered like a random number.
Well, that's awesome.
So we try to engage with the fans.
That's huge. I think that goes a long way when you actually respond to fans.
So.
Awesome. What is your writing process like? Do you start with a melody? Do you start with the lyrics, or how does all that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. We do both. Like sometimes I'll just have a melody that comes in my head and some lyrics, and so I'll send it to
Just
Max.
send it to me and I'll write something over it.
We just have a few songs, a few ballads that we wrote like that.
Okay.
But then sometimes he'll have something that
I'll
he
come
just
up with like a piano line or guitar line, and then she'll just start singing over it.
Yeah, so we do both.
So is all this in person? I know with technology,
It's both, yeah.
Oh,
So like the latest song that she and I are working on, we met a couple weeks back, and I was just fiddling around with the piano, and she just started singing something over it, and then from there.
Nice.
And then before that, she sent me just a voice memo of her singing, and I wrote over that.
Okay. Now, tell us about the rest of the band. Who else is in the band? Or touring musicians, or are they official? Or?
So right now we have 2 touring musicians for drums and bass kind of thing.
Nice.
We're finding our permanent members kind of thing.
Sure.
We just want to make sure it's just great vibes all
Good
around.
fit.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
good fit.
chemistry is definitely huge.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So there have been some, I've heard other people say there's been some band comparisons.
Okay.
So I want to know, are y'all into Meshuggah?
Meshuggah's heavy. They have some brutal riffs.
Wow.
I've heard that, and
Really?
Evanescence. too.
Evanescence, definitely.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say are some of your influences as musicians and as bands?
Yeah. For me, I would say Flyleaf is
Okay.
a huge
Sure.
influence.
Yeah.
Skillet, Ginger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those would be the main ones. But yeah, like my all-time favorite is Flyleaf, and I just love their music. Obviously, ours is harder than theirs, but I just love what they do, and
which is
I
why I
love
like you better because it's harder.
Yeah.
Just don't tell her that.
No, I will never. We actually had opportunity to co-write a song with Samir of Flyleaf and play with them. Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah, last year he played some shows with Ignescent at our CD release, and so yeah, he's a really cool guy. So that's cool
so
opportunities doing that. Yeah.
What about you, Max? What's your influence?
So for me, like top favorite bands, Avenged Sevenfold. I love the guitar player of that. Both My Valentine. Evanescence is up there.
Sure.
Skillet, Alter Bridge, all of those. Yeah, so it's like great guitar driven.
Yeah. Nice. So obviously y'all are a faith-based band or however people got 100 different ways they want to describe that.
Yeah.
Do you have a Jesus beats per minute that y'all go by? Have you ever heard of that?
No, what is that?
Yeah, I know it's kind of silly. Some people's like, well, I won't. Okay, so take for instance like the Old Disciple, where it's like you got to hear Jesus so many times in the song to be considered Christian.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. I don't personally subscribe to that, but I asked some people. This is one of the questions that come up. So if you've never heard of it, apparently you don't subscribe to that.
No,
you write what comes out. Right.
From the heart.
Yeah, definitely through experiences,
sure.
Ways God has changed me and done miracles, but it doesn't necessarily have to say this specific way. I mean,
sure.
It's just whatever I feel like God brings to mind.
And that could be more of a Bible Belt thing too, which is where we are.
Yeah,
true. So what is a little? Just give us a short history, both of you, of your faith journey. Where you've been, where you are.
Yeah. Well, I became a Christian when I was 15.
Okay.
And soon after that, God gave me the gift of evangelism, and I started talking about Jesus at the high school, talent shows and all that sort of thing.
Awesome.
And it just kind of grew. I mean, after I became a Christian is when I had a ton of struggles in my life, and God has done a lot of miracles.
Sure.
Went through an ex-husband that was abusive and that sort of thing, and left for another woman. So a lot of my song lyrics are
about life experience.
Talking about life experience and just encouraging people that no matter where you've been, no matter what you've done, that God loves you and He sees your pain. In life isn't perfect, but God loves you, and so that's what I want people to know through this music. So.
Awesome. How about you?
And then for me, I grew up both going to Protestant churches and also Catholic middle school kind of thing.
Wow.
And I went to Jesuit high school as well.
Oh, man.
So it's good for me to get kind of a bit of everything.
Sure.
It was good for me to be exposed and all that. I'd say I'm more so Protestant.
Okay. Did you ever get smacked with a ruler on the hand?
No, but I heard we did have some nuns that were teachers.
Yeah.
It was for the Catholic school.
I've heard stories. I haven't experienced that, but I've heard stories.
It was very interesting.
Yeah, awesome. So how often do y'all tour?
That's a good question.
So I just joined in January.
Okay.
For now, we've been doing kind of little weekend runs, and we're trying to turn into a full-time thing at some point. We're working with, hopefully in the fall or after that, kind of doing a 1 month to 2 month kind of touring. It's the plan.
Okay.
But we'll see where it goes. We'll see where the music takes us.
Do you handle all your own booking and management, or y'all have somebody that helps with that?
We have a manager.
Yeah, we
do
have a
have a
manager
manager,
and then a booking agent. I do some of the booking, but then the booking agents obviously do some of it too. So we kind of share in that way for booking.
I mean, there's this whole do-it-yourself mentality with bands and art and all kinds of things these days. So that's why I was asking. I didn't know where y'all fit into that.
Yeah. Well, when we started out, it was everything ourselves, management, booking, everything. But but just recently we just started working with a manager. So
So what are some of the favorite shows you've been to, and what are some of the favorite shows that y'all actually played with other bands?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
You want to start it?
No, go ahead.
Oh man. Well, now I gotta think.
I
Good question. Favorite show I've been to? There's been a lot of life-changing shows.
Yeah.
I saw Papa Roach in Chicago, and for me that was life-changing. I love what Jacoby's about, the singer.
Yeah, man.
He speaks from the heart, and it's just a life-changing moment.
Anytime I feel like a band, a musician can be just real with people,
Yeah.
That makes a big difference.
Because for me, it's like if someone can move you, and I mean like, you know, just move you, like inspire you, that's the biggest thing to me.
Okay.
And then favorite show that we've played, I suppose, currently? I'd say Mexico is a lot of fun.
I would bet so.
The only thing, though, I will say, and we've talked about this, is that we played like on top of a volcano. It wasn't active, but because of that, the altitude was crazy.
Yeah.
So like every 10 seconds we were panting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, like that was probably one of my highlight
That's
shows.
really
I
cool.
think.
Was that a festival?
Yeah, Exoto Fest it's called. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I've seen that promoted. Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there's a lot of bands there.
Yeah, like POD played there, I think
Nice.
in 2019.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very awesome. How about you?
Yeah, Mexico. That was
That's
pretty
gotta be
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really cool to meet, you know, different people
Whole
and
different country,
in a different country. And,
Sure.
yeah, but like you said, it
You're
was really
international.
fun. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the people there were so sweet, and
Sure.
it was just so much fun. Another one is we played at the Whiskey A Go Go in Los
Okay.
Angeles.
Yeah.
And that was really cool, really cool venue, and just cool experience. And so I really enjoyed doing that too.
What about you personally, bands that you've seen that were kind of highlights? Have you seen Flyleaf?
Oh yes, yeah.
More than
We've
once, I
actually-
take it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Steve Fly. We actually opened for them too
Oh, very
at
cool.
the Subterranean in Chicago,
Nice.
and that was really cool. But yeah, I love them. Skillet, you know, we went to Winter Jam, I think it was last year, and saw them, and I just love John Cooper's heart for God, and
Sure.
and when he preaches and talks about God,
Yeah.
that's really cool to see that mixed with the kind of music that they do and the high energy that they bring on stage.
Yeah,
So I love that.
That's one thing I will say. So I saw Skillet here in the Greenville area when they were touring with Brown Train.
Okay.
So this was their first tour, three-piece band.
By
Before
Lori.
Yes.
Lori, a drummer?
No, this was before his wife joined.
Oh, really?
So their first album, they were a three-piece grunge band.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh, you got to go back and check. I love that first
Wow.
album. Some people
wow.
only like the first album.
Oh,
I do
okay.
like other stuff after that, but
Yeah.
that's my favorite.
Interesting.
But I saw him back then, and so I followed him. And as they grew, like he never shied away from talking about Jesus or whatever in interviews, no matter how big they got.
Awesome.
And so I do respect that for sure.
That's awesome.
What is a band that you want to tour with or play with? I mean, you've already had Flyleaf and all this. What is another one you're like, man, I'd really love to play with that?
Me personally, Skillet.
Okay.
That's
That'd
number
be
one.
awesome.
That,
Sure.
yeah, I would love that. That
Yeah.
would just be so cool. That or Red. I love Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen Red a few times.
Yeah.
How about Papa Roach or somebody else?
Papa Roach, Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
Skill would be great too. Or even Disciple. Like I really like that.
Yeah, Disciple. That would be cool.
The drummer actually lives about 30 minutes from here.
Oh,
Nice.
really? Joey
West,
Oh, cool. Okay. Nice.
Well, anything else that y'all would like to add?
I have something I want to add.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that thanks to everyone for always supporting us and just being with us. And we love meeting new people on the road. That's probably the real favorite highlight of everything is just meeting all of you guys. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Thanks to the fans. That's right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And if you want to stay up to date with our tour dates, just go to ignescentmusic.com, and then you can follow us at Ignescent Music on Instagram. There's like a link tree there. So it has our merch store on there and all that different information if you want to check that out. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys. We love you. God bless you.
Awesome. Y'all have a great day.